Yes, sir. You know what time it is. Back again with another episode of the We Here Now podcast. This is going to be episode number 5. Whew. It's kind of flying by. Like, I'm just trying to think when I first did my podcast compared to now. Like, even then, like, it just seems like I've been doing so many. Just because, I kind of do put a lot of work in as far as, like, gathering the information, kind of staying on topic of the things I want to talk about. But yeah, episode 5, we're here already. If you're here, you're just joining or you've been here, I appreciate you. And if you're new, hopefully there's some content that make you want to stay. But yeah, been about a week since last time I was on here. Um, how my week go last week? Nothing too crazy last week, honestly. Um, oh, I did watch the Johnny Manziel documentary. Definitely had some takeaways on that. Like I think altogether, like as far as the documentary was, like it was shot very well. Just like in the beginning, they kind of have him smoking, which is kind of like I think the narrative around Johnny Manziel when he first got in the league, he was kind of like the party animal and kind of did what he wanted, but like it was good. It was cool to see him start off like that because I feel like he's definitely in a better space now and has a little bit more understanding of some things that he did wrong and things he could have done better. But like honestly, I when I heard they're doing the documentary, like, I was definitely excited because I was the biggest Johnny Manziel fan. You know what I mean? Like I love like a good underdog story. That's exactly what he was. Like he was an underdog, but like he had some swagger. He was cocky too. On top of that, it's like yeah, I fuck with that, especially like if you could back it up. And he was definitely doing that. So through all like even like so, got hit to him in college, and then the Browns had a chance to get him. I'm thinking there's no way we about to get Johnny Manziel. That would just make too much sense. Like it would just be too lucky for us to be able to get Johnny Manziel. We end up trading up. I think we traded from Dallas and end up getting the pick and taking Johnny Manziel. And I said we wouldn't be lucky enough to get him, but I think that just goes to show like how like Browns fans have been feeling or Cleveland sports fans have been feeling in general. I think we couldn't have been more unlucky to get Johnny Manziel, and that hurts me to say. But honestly, like I was like I said, the biggest fan from him and the NFL. Like I said, like even after like from him doing the arena football, still have faith in him. Canadian Football League still have faith in him. I'm watching this documentary and they bring up a point about him not studying film at all. They're talking about he has 0% watch time for film. I'm like, damn. At that point, I just had to give it a rest. Like, man, it's over. All the hope I had left in them, the comeback season and all that good shit, that just went away. Cause like, how you gonna be an NFL quarterback and you not watch film at all? And that's probably crazy because he probably got away with it when he was in college doing it. Like when you get to the NFL, like everybody is a film junkie. You know what I mean? Like they're getting paid millions of dollars to do this, and they act like they take it very serious as they should. And Johnny Manziel, definitely didn't do that, which was kind of disheartening to hear, just because I really thought like he could have. All the times I was supporting him and praying for him to get like a healthy comeback season, get an opportunity, just for him to just not even be reading film. So like, if you wasn't reading film for the NFL, like, I don't believe you're gonna read film for like the Canadian Football League or even the Arena Football League. Like with him just being an improviser and being able to make plays out of nothing, like that's good enough, but like that shit don't always work. And he found out pretty quick and then found himself, out of the league. He talked about his time, like before even when he got to Cleveland, he's talking about like how he knew like he wasn't going to be able to be happy in Cleveland. Which if you look at it like that, it's gonna be exactly that. You know what I mean? So, and I don't think it was so much just because it was a Cleveland aspect. Like if you watch the documentary, you can tell like during Johnny Manziel through all this, you can definitely tell that he was going through it. Like you can assume, but like he's never come on to actually say it. Like you see the news headlines, some shit gets blown out of proportion with the media, so you never necessarily know what's actually true and what's not true. And that documentary, he was able to clear up a lot of that doubt for anybody. You know what I mean? And I think Cleveland fans definitely took it to heart because we felt like that when he was here, and it makes me feel better hearing that though. Like not hearing that regardless of where he went or like his mental health being bad, but just the fact that it wasn't just a Cleveland thing. Because people try to make it seem like it's just like a Cleveland thing. So like that makes me feel better. If people would have went to like Seattle or Cincinnati or whatever the case may be, like I think Johnny Manziel was still going to play out exactly how that shit played out. And it sucks because like he had a lot of talent, but I mean talent without hard work, you know what I mean, is really nothing, So I mean, if you're in a point in your life and I'll be 27 at the end of the month. So like, if you're still doing things like getting away with doing things the wrong way or just getting by, eventually that shit's gonna catch up to you. You know what I mean? Even like, because there's always gonna be somebody on your heels. You know what I mean? That was the same thing for Johnny. It was if Johnny Manziel would have continually been the best quarterback in the NFL, like kept doing what he was doing in college, he probably would have hit that way later. You know what I mean? But like, he got exposed early. I mean, shit, that's what happens. But I mean, all in all, it was a good documentary. I think I probably just felt that way because it was a Cleveland documentary, and it's always cool to see like Cleveland documentaries just about sports teams and shit like that. But it was definitely cool just how much I pay attention to Johnny Manziel. But I mean, those 30 for 30s, well, that wasn't necessarily like I guess it kind of was like 30 for 30. But those 30 for 30s with like the sports documentaries, like I love shit like that. Like I'm really big on like documentaries. I really don't watch like TV shows. I mean, I'll rewatch TV shows like I already know that are good, but like as far as like watching new TV shows and shit like that, like it's hard for me to get out of my comfort zone. Cause like think about it, someone recommends you a movie to watch or a TV show to watch. It's like 3 seasons. It's like let's say bare minimum 10 episodes a season at like 50 minutes, bro. That's like 10 hours for just one season, and you don't even know if you're gonna like the show or not. So like that's why I'm be liking shit like that. Like my sister, she's pretty good recommendation. She recommended me. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. If you know me, you know I've been preaching this show for the longest time. This is the only Netflix show I'll recommend to anybody, but it's Wentworth. It's a fire ass fucking British um women's jail Netflix show, but like it's raw. Like is if you I never seen Orange is the New Black, but like apparently it's kind of like the Orange is the New Black. I never saw it, but they say it's like that, but more violent. Wentworth is. So I mean, for anybody who's into any shows like that, there you go. Like I said, that's the only show I've been recommending to people because I know for a fact if I tell you to watch it, like I know for a fact like you gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Just based off what I know about the show, how many times I watch it, I just know like a good recommendation to certain people. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't recommend like a Wentworth to like an elderly woman or some shit like that because like I said, it is a little gory. But like if you like shows like the OG like Prison Break, like it's shit like that. But like for women's prison, it's like it's raw too, and it's cool too because it's in a different now I'm not even about to say a different what, but it's just in England pretty much. Like they got like all that little slang, like they be saying like brekkie and cuppa. I don't know, that shit fire though. But yeah, all in all, good Johnny Manziel uh, documentary. But speaking of Johnny Manziel, fucking fantasy football is coming up, and boy, I am stressed. This is my favorite time of the year, but also like the most stressful. It's like that point in time where you don't have any football, and then just to the point where like there is football, but like all my fantasy football players out there know what I'm talking about, how stressful fantasy is. Like you kind of know probably by like I don't know. You probably get to like the 10th week, depending on how good your record is, and then you get to enjoy the season. But like those first couple weeks of fantasy, depending if you're in the fight or winning, lose streak, whatever the case may be, like that shit is stressful. Like that shit is definitely um stressful. But at the same time, being excited, I play every year too. Like it's just as I get about fantasy football, like I'm still excited to play every year. Like I have the same group that I usually play. I'm in like I'll usually join like that's like my main group. I'll play year after year, and then I got another one that's kind of like that. And then I have another league where it's kind of just like a bullshit league, like whatever. Somebody needed like an extra person, like look, $10 buy-in. Like, all right, I'll play. Cause I'll be honest, if it's not a buy-in, like I'm not playing in your league. Like that's what makes it so stressful though, because it's money on the line. But if there's no money on the line, like what fun is that? Like you're not even gonna care as much. Like it's not gonna mean as much. No value. You can go completely undefeated and you get nothing. All right, cool. You're not even gonna get a congratulations from the rest of the team in your leagues. Honestly, like it's a free league. Like shit, I don't care. It was free anyway. But I've been doing the little mock drafts and stuff, trying to get ready for fantasy football to come with, just so I can see these picks. Like it's stressful, injuries, pre-injuries. Got a bunch of new guys coming. I got some picks I've been keeping an eye on, but some of my the dudes in my fantasy league might be watching, so I ain't been saying them. But like I know some sleepers. and I could also be bullshitting because last year I had the same confidence, and I didn't do bad last year though. I think I lost early, or I just missed the playoffs, or I lost early in the playoffs. But I should have looked that up before I came in there because I want to say I made the playoffs. The following year I didn't make the playoffs. I was like third last, some shit like that. But last year, um, I didn't start too good. I think I started like 0-3 or some shit like that. 0-3, 0-4. And then I had like a 7-game win streak. And then I kind of fell off again at the end. You know what I mean? But a lot of fantasy is just getting hot at the right time. Like anything involving like runs or playoffs or shit like that, it's just really getting hot at the right time. You know what I mean? Because like the one, not last year, but the year before that, I started like 6-0, and I ended up losing literally the rest of my games. You know what I mean? Which put me like third last. You know, you win. You know, your first 6 in a row. It really doesn't matter if you don't win out because it's gonna put you at like a 500. You know, but the league I'm in is pretty good though. I mean. The guys are pretty um, very invested, you know. Cause like I said, it's my homies too. So like these guys like I hang out with, so it's like just a little bit more edge, like a little bit more shit talking, when fantasy football is over and shit like that. But yeah, it's always a good time, and yeah, shit. This year, I don't know. I feel I'm so due to win the championship in fantasy football. Like it's crazy. I just got a feeling that this year is gonna be my year. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated. If y'all see me come on the podcast and I'm a little irritated, it's fantasy football. If I come in here with great energy, I done whoop some ass. And fantasy football whooping ass, you can beat somebody by 1 point, depending on how many players you had playing that last game. Hey, shit, a dub is a dub. I'm coming for that ring. And speaking of champions and rings, shout out to my boy Luke the K9 choking. My boy, he is now the new Cage Thunder Flyweight champ, man. I'm proud of you, my boy. Congrats. The thing about Luke, I can actually see this very fitting for my boy Luke because even when I met him when he was still in 8th grade and I was a freshman in high school, but like he always been like a fighter, you know what I mean? Like so I respect the fact that he's actually not just fucking fighting random dudes on the street, but he's actually doing it like in an organized way. And like him winning that championship Saturday, now I think his next fight will be pro or he has a spot. It's some shit like that, but I'm pretty sure that's the next step. Him going pro. This is definitely like a big deal for him. And yeah, and like I was saying, I was talking. He had made a post about it. And I was talking about like, bro, you gonna get your first knockout on the tour. I said that shit like a couple days before it even happened because he had a podcast when he talked about like I forget. I think he's had like 13 to 15 amateur fights. He never had like a TKO or a KO. And I was telling him like, bro, you gonna get your first TKO. Sure enough, 25 seconds in, my boy cleaned him. So he definitely did his little fighting ass. I'm proud of you, boy. Keep doing your thing. And who we gonna have to kind of greedy, you know what I mean? Because like I'm healthy, I'm alive, I can see my family, I got the means that other people don't have. So like in that sense, like I'm already blessed. So it's like asking for something direct, I feel like it's a lot. It's like on top, it's like you can have a safe day, nothing happened to you, and you be mad you ain't get something else. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like picking and choosing. You got to be grateful for something to be grateful for. But like I said, I was having a conversation with my homegirl, and she was telling me like how you can ask for stuff and like signs you get from God and stuff like that. I was like, I never thought about that. Like, I just be praying like generally, and like I feel like usually eventually like it gets done. It like there's no time restriction on it. You know what I mean? I like that better because I feel like when you waiting for something at a certain time and it don't happen at that time, I feel like that's where you get like frustrated. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely praying before I went to go get or before we went to bingo. I'm like, I'm definitely getting my money. So like, it's like a 2.5 hour drive from Cleveland, but not bad. It was a little rainy, but it definitely cleared up when we got there. But yeah, bro, like this is my first time. So when you go, like they give you a bunch of like first time show up or what y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like a little rewards you do for anywhere you go. They give you like a little discount. It's like a little birthday discount. They just throw it on top, like boom, first time cover, whatever the case may be. So boom, I get that. My birthday also at the end of the month though. So like a lady was walking by. This is like actually I already got signed in. She hooked me up with like the dude he had hooked me up with. the first time buyer, and all this other stuff. And this lady I ended up walking by after I got her stuff, and I don't know, I just ended up having a conversation with her, like, oh, like his birthday's at the end of the month, like, does he get like a little bit more money off or whatever the case may be? She was like, yeah, let me go check whatever, go to the back and do her little thing. I was supposed to get like I got like a little card like you put your money on because like it's also a casino there as well. So like they got the little card for you to load the money up. So I already had my card. So it's like usually you're supposed to do that before because like what I did at the front desk with the other dude, that's when he should have had put the thing on there as well because it is linked to my card. So I already had my card. So like lady came back, so yo, I didn't have the card. You already had this for the first time. Like, but here's a little $10 voucher. You can put that on your card and you can play it at the casino or some shit like that. So pretty much it was the same thing. Instead of like actually getting me the money off, she's gave me the voucher to put on my car so I can actually, have some money for the casino or whatever the case may be. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take it if I get it. You know what I mean? Like any little, but like I said, my mom and them they been coming, so she kind of knows. Like I don't know, I can get like a bunch of discounts for shit because I'm not even the one that really like ask for a discount. You know what I mean? Like I'll use a discount. Like I use discount like if it's for sure gonna work because I hate when like I try to use a discount. I was like, oh, you can only use that if you get that. I was like, yo, I'm not trying to spend no fucking $20 to get an extra fry, my boys. Like, can I get you know what I mean or no? But like I'll be over, But she kind of knows like when you can get like a little extra and shit. So that's exactly what she was doing. But so yeah, we get our cards and I got like a bunch of sheets of felt like it's not like your average bingo like when you was in school. It's like okay, boom, you get it down this way, you get it down this way. You might play a little spice, do like a little four corners or a cat corner, some shit like that. This shit is completely different. It's not like no regular bingo. It damn near like you gotta fill it up. Or you got like one is like it's like you make like L shape. It's like one is like a kite. It's like it's a whole bunch of different like bingos you can get, and it's not just normal bingo. Like keep in mind, like it's official. Like they got a lady up at the front, and she's like calling the numbers out, and like it's you're going through like I said, you got like not like imagine like a Bible full of motherfucking bingo cards. No, but it's probably like this thick, but like it's probably like 10 pages of bingo thing, and then you get like another sheet for like little different types of bingo. Like if you ever went to play bingo before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it was a lot of shit going on, and like I said, it's fast paced. It's like you got a lot of sheets to get through, and it's a lot of people, and a lot of people trying to win their money. So like you kind of gotta go through it kind of quick. But like when I first started doing, I'm kind of getting salty because like it's so much to keep up. And lady, she just man B12 and 32. I'm like, damn, like, first of all, she going too fast, and then she unenthused, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, you got a lot of numbers to call, but it's like, you kind of messing up my chance to win some money with that negative energy. You got to get some positive energy in your life, baby girl. But yeah, it's a lot going on. But like at the same time, it's like it's a lot of like old people there. I was probably like the youngest there by like 20 years. You know what I mean? Which also got a coupon for that too. Shout out to my mama, yeah, for sure. But it's definitely a hobby for like older people, but it's definitely a good hobby because like you can win money. Like they constantly doing it. Like I said, it's a hobby. They're constantly doing it. So like when it comes to lady rolling fast, like ain't nobody asking to hold them. Ain't nobody murmuring about they going too fast. Like the old lady just over there just with their little marks, just getting it on. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of them was winning too. Cause I feel like it was times that I was winning. No, I'm lying. But it was times I was definitely like closer than I should have been because like, I just couldn't keep up a lot of times. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a lot of old people winning money. And it'd be funny too because like as soon as like you got like a little tablet and like it lets you know like the numbers that are being called and kind of marks it off on there for you. So you kind of have an idea. It's not exact, but like, you kind of have an idea of what's going on when they call the numbers or whatever. So like you got the iPad right there where you can actually see the shit coming off, like it'll buzz, like when you're one away, like the whole iPad will buzz, you know what I mean? So it's like it'll make a little sound so everybody kind of knows like, okay, somebody's about to get bingo, you know what I mean? Man, when they finally call that number, somebody bingo, you hear a bunch of murmur in the background, everybody hating, including me. I was hating like a motherfucker. Like damn, every time somebody wants some bread, I was getting so salty. But we ended up playing two sessions. Like the first session is like it was like 500 here, 500 here, like little different pots like you could play and shit like that. Like keep in mind, like that's still like a decent amount of money. You won that a couple of times, like you can really make some fettuccine. Man, this whole session go by and I don't win no bread at all. By the time I got to like my second card, I still ain't win. Bro, I was defeated. I was defeated. I was hungry. I was frustrated. Felt like I had been bamboozled. I was befuddled. I was flabbergasted. All that. Just, just salty as hell. Because like I said, it's fun. Like when you feel like you got a chance, like that shit get fun. I'm getting down to the last two. It's like, boy, I was stressing. You would have thought I had some. Like it's like watching a sports game. You got some money on the line. Your team is blowing the team out the start of the first. It's like, okay, y'all happy. Yeah, you juggling with everybody. They get close. The closer the game gets, the quieter you get. That's exactly how I was. I was so fucking defeated. So the end of the first session happens, and then we go in the casino, and then you kind of wait it out. It's like a 3 hour gap that you have between like each session. Like the second session I we playing it's for more money too. So it's like okay, like we good, but like next session for more money. It's like they're giving out like $1,000 per game, like the same amount of like sheets that you got like that big stack. It's the same amount except for 500 for the dub, you get 1,000 for it. You know what I mean? So like okay, I'll come back, rejuvenated, come back with a positive spirit, and then get my roll on. So I go to the casino, and that money that I got on my card that the lady gave me for my birthday or whatever, I had that 10, and then I had the first member discount as well. I already got tagged on my bingo card, and then I had a $20 card for the casino as well. So I put a dub in there first because I had to spend like $3 to get the points or whatever to actually get the $20 on my card. So whatever I do that, like I put the 20 in. I go through like probably like $2 or $3 like instantly. Like I just start hitting. I'm like, keep in mind, it's only for like 50 cents too. But it's like I started with 20, but like I was at like $27. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna play this until I get $30, and then I'm gonna leave. Man, I lost that $10 so motherfucking quick. I left so fast. I'm gonna try a new machine because now I'm literally down to $15. Now I was up, some, and now I'm down. So like and I'm not even a gambling type. So like when I lose a little bit of money, I'll be disinterested. I'm not about to do this shit no more. Like this is a dub, you know. So I end up going to another machine. Don't get no money. Shoot, 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 shoot. All that shit gone. I went to the original 20 that they gave me on top of that. No, the first 20 I put in, that was mine. And then I ended up getting the 20 on top of that. Boom. Go through all that. All that shit is gone. Like, I ended up having like, I think I had like, no, I think I might put like another 5 in there or something like that. And then I was done. So I had like 30 cents credit on it. And like on this game I was playing, like you can do like a max spend for 180. I'm like, all right, cool. So like I only had $1 left. Like, I'm not spending no more money. I had another dub in my pocket for the casino, and that's all I was gonna spend. So I put that in, and then I put it in, boom, max bet. I hit $5. I'm like, cool. Took my card out. So now I got $5. Worst come to worst, I got $5. That ain't bad, So now you're getting ready for the second session. Like we're about to get some food, and like I said, go back and wait. We get the food. Well, I went by myself, and then my mom and her boyfriend, so they went, whatever the case may be. I'm going to get my food, and like I probably went like 10, 15. Like when it comes to food, I never rush because like my thing is if I rush you give me like some bullshit like it's undercooked, like I'm gonna be mad. But like I'd rather you just take your time and then give me the best quality food that you could possibly give me. Like tender love. I got chicken tenders too, so put some tender love in my chicken tenders, okay? So the time went by, they finally called me up, and they got the same thing. They got the little, when you go to restaurants, like, okay, 3 ounce, okay, you go sit right here, we'll buzz when you're ready. I got one of those. My shit buzzing, and I walked to the counter. It's a plate of chicken tenders with a side of barbecue sauce, and it's a thing of chicken tenders with a side of like, I don't know, it's either like mayo or ranch. I want to say mayo because they was white, so I don't know why you be dipping chicken tenders in the mayo. If y'all do, leave a comment down below. But anyways, I didn't get that. I got barbecue sauce. Real nigga got some barbecue sauce for my chicken tenders. So I go up there and like the lady is kind of like hovering around my food and like my thing buzzing. I'm kind of looking. I'm like, okay, that's not mine. Like those are definitely mine. They like right by her. You know what I mean? And the lady she's actually like, oh, what you got? I'm looking around my chicken tenders and barbecue. Chicken tenders and barbecue sauce. She said, oh yeah, that's what I got too. That's a good choice. Oh, I think you got my. I'm looking. I'm not saying. I'm looking at her like, think you got my chicken tender. So eventually the guy comes over, but keep in mind like when she thinks the chicken tenders are hers, so like she kind of like puts them in her area. Like you got like if you're gonna eat like this, you will put them close enough in your area, so like people know like okay this is mine and this isn't mine. She kind of did that with my chicken tenders, but like my thing is she's also like talking over the chicken tender and stuff like that, and then the guy that was working comes out, and I don't know what just triggered her to remember, but like she's like, oh, these are mine. I got mine in no, because she asked the guy, she's like, can you bring my food in a to go box? And that's when she realized that it wasn't even her food. It's like that food is not in the to go box. That shit is ready to be eaten right now. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm kind of weird when it comes to like food and drinks like that. Like we're somewhere like don't be like reaching over my cup. Like don't step over my cup, my plate. Like I don't be liking shit like that because then you get like little floaties and stuff in your food and like I don't be liking that. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, I was hungry, so like I ain't what I'm gonna do. I took my chicken tender, got me a little pepper, just like a dab of salt for my fries, shit like that. And called it there. But like I was really mad because like, and then I got to realize there's a bunch of old people around. Like she really didn't remember like she got to go, and then on top of that, she didn't even have barbecue sauce. Here's the kicker: she didn't even get no sauce. So that the one next to it wasn't hers. The one with sauce wasn't hers. Like she was just all out of whack. So and like I said, there's a lot of old people there. So like, you just kind of gotta forgive and forget. And honestly, I didn't want to get too mad because like I ain't win no money yet at bingo. So like I don't want like to get like some bad voodoo because I cuss out an old lady. So I just kind of smile. No, it's all good. Inside I was really burning up, and then I just ended up walking away. Like I said, usually I want to eat it. Like if you mess with like my food at a restaurant, you got to take it back. Like don't even bring it back out. Like I'm not gonna eat it because I don't trust you not to spit in it. And like that's kind of the same thing with like you having like your hand, you like talking over my food. Like, I can't help but to imagine like when I taste something like a little juice in my chicken tender. Like is it the chicken tender or is it this fucking lady's saliva on my fucking chicken tenders? But going for the second session and yeah, same thing happened. I got absolutely no fucking money. I was getting railroaded. It was a couple times I was mad close, and that shit just was not working out for me. And like I said, I even prayed about this for a couple days. So like when we finally finished and I hadn't won no money, man, I was so hurt. It was very demoralizing. And the first thing I was thinking, this is why I don't specifically pray for anything. I pray for stuff in general. So when it happens, it just happens naturally. And I'm not waiting for it. But I mean, yeah, I was fucking pretty much the moral of the story. I went out there to get some free fettuccine, and I got nothing. And my mom definitely had a more positive attitude than me. You know what I mean? Which is that's where I get it from with a positive attitude. Because I feel like I'm more positive about certain things and she's not, and then I'm more negative about things and she's not. And in that situation, I was definitely super negative because I thought like it was just imagine, just think it's like a guaranteed signed seal delivery. You don't have to do anything. Like it's guaranteed it's gonna happen, and it don't happen. You gonna be mad too. Like, I don't care. Oh no, it's about the experience. You gonna be mad first, but then I had to realize like, oh, it's cool because actually you like hanging out with my mom. You know what I mean? Like it's always a good time. My mom is funny as hell too, so it's always a good time. And like we was there all day too. Like we left at 8 o'clock in the morning. Um we didn't get back till about like 12 o'clock in the morning. But all in all, it was definitely fun. But before I go any further, what I was going to talk about is coming home Saturday. Cool. So I come home. We're on our way home Saturday, and we get a call from my neighbor. Um, I've definitely got closer with my neighbor next door. Like, I used to be cool with the other neighbors I had. Well, but like where we live at, like people is weird. Like you're not just about to like just be talking to your neighbors and shit like that. Because I legit like all my neighbors around me. Like I was here for a couple years before like I even talked to them. You know what I mean? Like the neighbor across the street, like where we live. Like I said, it's not like the best area. So it's like we had got a TV delivery. It's like when we first. No, it wasn't when we first moved. We had probably been here like a couple months, like probably 8 months to a year. We had this, and we they left the TV like it's a big ass flat screen. It's like a 70-inch TV. They just left it on our porch. Like where we live, it like that shit'll be gone. You know what I mean? And, like I was at work and my mom was at work, and I think my sister was at work. So, like nobody is at home at the house, but like the neighbor ended up coming and grabbing the TV, and then he had to take it to his house. So when he came, as soon as I pulled up, he's like, yo, like dad left the TV on the front porch, and I didn't want anybody to take, so like I took it to my house so it'd be safe, and boom, here you go. I was like, shit, I fuck with that because that could have easily been like a lick for him. You know what I mean? Because like we didn't even have cameras at that time, so like, and we was doing it in the neighborhood. So like, if somebody would have took it, like, black people be mind their business. Yeah, I ain't seen that, so like that just would have been what it was. You know what I mean? But yeah, after that, that's when I started talking to him a lot more. Like he didn't borrow some of my tools from the crib. Like I didn't borrow tools from his house. Like I had a barbecue and shit. He came over, we had gave him beers and shit like that. Like we got cool. But I feel like that's how the shit be. You know what I mean? Like as a neighbor, like you see him, you acknowledge them. Like you kind of know it's like activities when they're home and shit like that. Just because like you kind of want to get a good feel of the people who are around you. You know what I mean? Because it's like that neighborly pride where like we all gonna look out for each other, but we not going out of our way to look out for each other. You know what I mean? So I think that was very important. That's what kind of helped the relationship because like I had that with him, and there was another dude that was down the street, and as well as my neighbor now, and then. But anyway, it's like a whole thing. Like it's very like we're all aware of each other, but we're not going out of our way to help each other. You know what I mean? But like I'm coming home Saturday, and I get a call from my neighbor. And he's like, "Yo, like, you at home right now?" I'm like, "No, we on the way to the house right now." He's like, "Man, I don't know what's going on. Like, they got the whole street blocked off. Like, they got the whole street blocked." He's like, "Yeah, like, like when y'all come in, it's like y'all damn near gonna be like tapping cars. You know what I mean?" I was like, "Damn, like, what the hell going on? But like, where I'm from, like you see the ambulance, you see the street blocked off. You already know it's most likely somebody then got shot. You know what I mean? So like that's what we thinking it is. So like we looking on the ring cam like on the way home, and like we really not seeing them. Like we saw a police pass by, but like that alone was like a red flag because like it really don't be like police on our street unless like they're here for a purpose. Like we don't have like a street where like people just going to chill. Like it's not a main street, but like it's just like not a street like fucking police just gonna come down. When I first lived here, um, back when we first moved to 2016, I was here for probably like a year and a half before I even saw, a police like just cruising around our street. Like they will come, to fucking knock on somebody's door or some shit like that. But it's like they not really just like I feel like most people would feel like a little bit safer. Like they felt like police like were always driving by. So like yeah, we ain't got that. You know what I mean? Like if the police gonna make you feel safe, if you at my house, don't expect to see no police to feel safe because that shit is not going down. But we after we had look like I said we're at this point like we're still like an hour away from the house, so it's like damn like whatever's going on we're not going to be able to see for a while, or by the time we get there like it's going to be all blocked off. Man, we couldn't be more wrong. We put it was like it's like damn near 12:30 at this point, and like as soon as we pull on our street it's like from the second house on is like car, like car all the way going up the street. You know what I mean? So like already when we get on the street, like we got to move slow because how they park is like we damn near like my neighbor was saying like it's close as hell. Like we damn near gonna hit somebody coming down the street. But it's hella cars, hella people outside. Like the block is active right now. And keep in mind, it's a Saturday. Like I don't really have like a busy ass street. Like it be shit that be going on like this side, like sometimes on the other side, but like it's not like active like that. Where like you just gonna constantly see people like outside hanging out, and that's what it was. I'm telling you, it's probably like bro, no bullshit. It's probably like 40, 50 people on the block. But keep in mind, like, it's not a big block either, you know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be, it's a main street that kind of splits it off, but like, it's not really a big block at all. So, like, when you got all these people outside, like, the street is not meant to have that many people. It's meant for like your family, you got your driver, and you get like maybe a one or two spots outside. So keep in mind, so imagine all that, but they're all coming for one house. You know what I mean? So like they're literally parked all up and down the driveway. It's like we're passing through. There's a police outside. You know, like I said, clearly something's going on. So like my mom was asking, like, "Yo, like, is everything okay?" He's like, "Yeah, everything is okay." But it's like you damn near like full of shit because I just talked to my neighbor. He just told us that there's a bunch of ambulance and some I think somebody got shot. You know what I mean? But you telling us nothing happened. But that's why I don't feel bad with a lot of police because you want to ask me for questions and get some information, but when I ask you, oh, it ain't nothing. Because what if it was something really going on? My mom just happened to ask you and something happened to us because you didn't want to tell us like you got to keep us safe by telling us. Look. I'm not telling you what you need to do or what you don't need to do, but at the same time, like I said, like you're literally 2 doors away from our house. There's some shit clearly going on, and you don't want to tell us. So don't try to tell me that it's on some protect and serve type shit. You know what I mean? Because like if you're not letting the people in the community know what's going on, and y'all getting the calls for what's going on, like probably in your best interest to let us know what's going on, or don't. Like I really don't give a fuck. That's why like when y'all acting shit, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. You know what I mean? It ain't no disrespect, but it's for that reason. You know what I mean? When y'all want some, okay, let's go around. Let's go ask people, get some information. But when we ask, oh, nothing, don't worry about it. Hey, I'm just saying, it is what it is, you know. But we end up passing the police, and then like I said, two house away from our house, and like we trying to get in, and it's like I said, it's packed. Like we can't even fucking pull into the driveway. You know what I mean? So like we there, and like people is really just like looking at us. You know what I mean? It's like. And now I'm kind of getting hot, you know what I mean? It's like, cause and that's normal. Like, you don't live on a block, like when you pull up, like somebody gonna be like, man, who the hell is this? But like, of course, you don't recognize our car. You don't even live on this block, you know what I mean? So it's like that already had me irritated. Like, keep in mind, like at this point, we damn near, we probably only been on the street for like probably like mm, probably like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, which isn't that long. But like if you think like from where we turn onto our street to get to our house, it's literally a 10-second drive. You know what I mean? But it's so much traffic, and like people aren't moving, and like we're trying to get to the house. And somebody had came and asked like um or like what y'all needed, like y'all good or some shit like that. And like it's like my mom was getting ready to say something. Like I'm instantly hot because like I'm telling like why are we trying to explain y'all why like what we doing is like we live here, you know what I mean? Because like it's nothing more frustrating like just say like you go to your house, you know what I mean? Say you got a I don't know. I'll just keep it at the driver because that's the easiest thing to explain. Like if you're trying to get like in and out, you know what I mean? Like say you got like let's say you got a fucking neighbor, okay? Boom, y'all share like a driveway, like kind of like a townhome, and y'all go out one driveway to get out. Imagine how tight you would be if like your neighbor was parked in the driveway and you had to go to work and you couldn't get out. You know what I mean? That would make you mad. It doesn't matter where you going, it's just the fact that you want to have access, to go in, to leave, and come to your house whenever you please. You know what I mean? It's like I was definitely hot about that shit. You know what I mean? But on the end of letting us go, like it was all getting the end of whatever. So like I'm my neighbor when I put our neighbor at Canada, we were just kind of like chopping up, see what was going on. Like some neighborhood guys trying to keep motherfuckers safe. You know how that go. But it was just some of that, and I was telling him um like because when we look in the camera, like we didn't see all those cars. But, like he's telling us, you know what I mean. But like it was still like a lot of cars. But like, I'm telling him the same thing about like how like packed it was and like how I was tight because I was trying to get in. They wasn't trying to leave. And like he felt me 100% because he had the same thing happen at his house where somebody blocked his drive and he couldn't get in. He got out the car with the urine on him, and the car ended up pulling off. I don't know what it is because he felt the same way I did. But it's like, bro, it's your space. You should never feel like you should be restricted to your space by somebody who is not living in that space, who doesn't contribute to that space at all. You know what I mean? But it really put things in perspective. But like I said, I ended up talking to my neighbor Trey, and it turned out the dude ended up having a heart attack, and they ended up finding him or whatever the case may be. So rest in peace to him. You know what I mean? Prayers up. But yeah, I should have said we thought it was the way he's talking is like then we come home like it's about to be like a war zone. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't be like too crazy or not wouldn't be like impossible to happen. You know what I mean? Because like especially it was the person who ended up passing. He is I already said it's the bikers. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too into what it is because I don't know who out there watching who. No, whatever the case may be. But yeah, it was somebody. So like, that's why it was so many people because like everybody in the gang I end up coming out, and that's why like the shit was so deep. You know what I mean? I ended up talking to my neighbor. I ended up going in the house because, like I said, by this point it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock. We outside, we smoke, we just just trying to figure out what the fuck going on. Like I said, it's a lot of people on our block that's not really on our block. So like, if you know anything about that, like if shit get to shooting in your house right there, you know what I mean? Man, them stray bullets come to the window, all type of shit. You don't want that shit to happen. You know what I mean? Like, and it does happen. Like it's not unheard of. Like people catch stray bullets without a sound. So like, I finally go back in the house, and like, I'm in the house for like like probably 20, 30 minutes. Sure enough, they get the shit. I'm like, shh. Man, I'm on the bed, so it's like, so where my shit is at, like I'm right by the window, I'm in the dog, or I'm in the bed with my dog and shit like that. Like instant, like gunshots start going off. I put her like on the, like in her bed on the floor, like she's kind of away from the window, like her bed's like damn near on the other side of the room, so it's like I was like put her in her bed. I'm over just chilling by her bed too, just waiting for the shit to pass by, because I don't know if like it's like you pass, and we go let some shots off, we love you, whatever the case may be, or they got into an argument, niggas was mad, niggas was grieving, and then, people got to shooting. But it didn't last long. There's a couple rounds, but then everybody ended up leaving. But yeah, I really put things in perspective, because like I was talking about like being blessed and stuff like that. I went to the casino and I was trying to win some money. I was praying to get some money, and then I don't lose the money. I'm trying to go home, and then somebody just died. It's kind of like, damn, like that's it really puts things in perspective, and that's why I feel like I don't like ask for like specific stuff like that, because then it overshadows the stuff that you should actually be blessed for. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It is what it is. I feel like I'm never the type to like fucking win those like little sh- raffles and shit like that anyway. So I should just took that as a sign before I even went. But yeah, it was definitely a crazy Saturday. A lot going on, but Sunday was a little bit more mellow. My grandma, she had her little birthday party on Sunday. So I was definitely a change in environment from being in the hood to being in the suburbs, shit like that, like a lot more quiet. And then it's like a birthday, everybody just sitting outside at the table, fucking having a good time, just completely different energy. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it was definitely cool. Our sister, she goes back to school in like a week and a half or something like that. But like she's still been working throughout. Pretty sure she's been working throughout the summer. I don't know how long she's been working, but she's been on her shit. You know what I mean? Going into high school, she's gonna be a little nervous, but I mean, she'll be fine. She'll get used to it. The first year of high school. I mean, and y'all, I doubt got anybody younger that watch, but like y'all remember the freshman year. Like freshman year is a lot of nerves because you don't know what to expect. You think it's gonna be a big jump, but like this your freshman year, it's just gonna be a learning experience. It's just trying to get like the function and flow of how you do work and how you get around your class and shit like that. Because I went to a completely different high school. At least for her, like she'll have like friends that she's been going to school. When I went to high school, like I went to this school called Streetsboro. It's out by like Kent, like close to Akron and shit like that. I went out there like my whole life up into middle school, and then like literally this summer and going into my freshman year, I moved to North Orleans, and so I was there like the entire summer. Like the only person I knew was like my cousin. You know what I mean? So it's like high school alone is a big step, and then to have to do that in a whole another uh city with whole new people, it's a whole different ball game. But like she'll definitely be fine. Like I said, she's kind of popular or whatever the fuck you want to call it, a little social butterfly. You know what I mean? So she'll be fine. It's funny watching her get older too, because she's on like this little fucking coffee kick. I don't even know if it's called kick right now, because for a long time I think this girl's been drinking coffee for, I don't even want to say for how long, but like she's definitely been drinking coffee for long. And I say all that to say I'm definitely, look. I don't want to diagnose anybody because it's not my place to speak, but I know fiend level when I see fiend level. She was trying to get her dad to go to Dunkin' Donuts for her to get some coffee. She was torn. She's like, Dad, Dunkin' Donuts. I was like, yeah, that's definitely fiend activity for sure. I just want to know how much of that is like actually like the coffee, or is it just like a thing? Is that like a thing, like a Starbucks girl, like the girl that like it's like a look to have like the Starbucks coffee or like the mug to go with it. Is that a thing? I feel like it is. 'Cause I feel like a lot of people drink coffee, like a lot of females at least, like what's it, kind of female. But a lot of females, I think, they drink the Starbucks like it's a look. You're walking on with the Starbucks, got all them keys in your damn on your lanyard. You got the nails done, you got the bracelet, and then you got the Starbies. It's definitely a look. I mean, for whatever it is, it's definitely a look. But yeah, I was pretty much what's been going on with me for the weekend. There's a new segment that I do want to introduce because, like I said, every week we're gonna do a little bit more. We're gonna get a little bit better. But just some quick news reads. This segment is gonna be called "Things I Cared Briefly About." So this is gonna be shit that kind of or happened over the weekend, the headlines, stuff that everybody would know about. These are famous people, whatever the case may be, celebrities. So shit that, people will know who I'm talking about. But I named it that because there's going to be shit that I talk about, but I'm not going to dive too deep into. I'm just going to kind of touch base on because some of this shit kind of piques or is stuff that I would kind of watch, but I don't care enough to actually, you know, talk about it. Kai Snap causes a riot in New York. I mean, Kai's the fucking one of the biggest streamers, if not the biggest streamer, and he went out to New York. Ended up getting arrested because people were going crazy, getting searched on car. Brooklyn shit, real New York shit. But Kai, he's a big streamer, so like, bro, if you tell people to come to a place, like, bro, it's gonna be a mob of people. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard that you get famous like that. You can't like move like how you want to move. But the way he reacted, definitely he got hit with a fat ass fine because he was saying how disappointed he was and the fans for rioting and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, Kai kind of has like a crazy content anyway. So like, you're kind of gonna get those people like them setting off the fireworks in the house and shit like that. It's like it just like reckless shit, like young reckless shit, Because I think like Kai's like 20 or 21 years old. Like he's pretty young still, but it's like you have a meetup and then people come. And that's exactly, I mean, what happened. I don't know what else to say. Richard Sherman will join Skip Bayless as a host on Undisputed. I think that I'd definitely be interested because even the times that Skip or Richard Sherman and Skip Bayless went at it like back in the day, you know what I mean? Like Richard Sherman is the perfect guy I think for Skip because I think with Shannon was like the aggressive football player, a little bit bolder. Like I think Sherman is gonna be he's gonna come at him from like an intellectual point because that's how he got him last time they got into the argument. I'm better in my field than you are in your field. I'm the best. You're not the best. Like he'll come with shit like that. So I think it'll make for instant or like great content because everybody kind of knows like Skip thing, just kind of always going against the grain. You know what I mean? But I think Sherman will get him to realize like some of the shit that he says is crazy. But I mean, Skip is playing a character, so like it'll always be him. But I think that'll definitely be interesting, to see them watch. And I'm glad they replaced one black man with another black man. So I'll take that. Little Tay died. Just kidding. She actually wasn't dead, but when rumors of her death were circulating, she just didn't say anything, which is kind of weird because like you're not dead, but like you're aware of how viral all this shit is going that you died and you just didn't say anything for like I think it was like I don't know, like 24 hours or 48 hours. But either way, for you to be dead or for you to be reported to be dead and you're not actually dead, but you still don't say anything when the shit is circulating. Like, how long did it take you to see that little table was dead? You know what I mean? This is fucking crazy. The shit that people do for clout, but whatever. Um, Logan Paul mad about not being able to promote Prime at Jake's event, which is kind of, I mean, okay, it's two sides. So I get it. Like they're both fucking rich. And they make a lot of money. So it's like, okay, you're my brother. You're supposed to help me get more money. But at the same time, it's like, don't make it all about you in the sense that you're so mad that you weren't able to promote Prime when it really wasn't even about Prime. It was about your brother fighting. You know what I mean? So I mean, you don't need any advice from me. I mean, whatever case, you're gonna do what you do. But I mean, that's just how I looked at it. It's like, bro, I get. Oh, sorry. Stay hydrated. I just feel like maybe that's something you guys could have had behind the scene. But I mean, when you're a content creator, I guess everything is content, But they talked about it on the show, and I mean, honestly, like, bro, it's not a big deal. I feel like you should just want to be there for your brother because like kind of makes you look like an asshole. Like you're making a big deal about how you weren't able to promote your prime drink, which is competitor to what your brother is invested in, but whatever. It's just weird, you know what I mean? Like, just go there and fucking support your brother. But I guess when there's money involved, it makes everything a little bit different. When you miss a chance like that, obviously it's frustrating. If the spot, especially if it's coming from the people on your brother's actual team. You don't want that shit going on. Like, I get it, but at the same time, bro, just fucking support your brother and just whatever. But yeah, that is going to be a wrap for this week's episode. I had the fan on this week because I be getting hot as hell when I be doing these. You know what I mean? So like, if the fan was too much, let me know. Um, yeah, if fan was too much, just let me know and I'll cut it off. I'll literally just I'll just sweat in here. I'll just have the heat stroke. If that's what you guys want. You know what I mean? So it's cool. Just let me know. No, but actually, if it is too much, just let me know. I don't have it on high right now, but like I said, it definitely gets hot in here. But yeah, just keep me updated. So that has been another episode of the We Here Now podcast. And I didn't even introduce the star of the show. She over there. She see running. Hey, baby, you gonna say something? Hey, you gonna say something? Sleeping like a motherfucker. She ain't even gonna say nothing. But y'all definitely see her. If you know me, you know I'm talking about my baby Camilla. So now she hear me. But yeah, she decided to join me today. She was very respectful. She was quiet. She snored still, but she ain't snoring that loud. You guys shouldn't be able to hear her. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys for joining me. It's been another episode of the We Here Now podcast. If I can, maybe I can get a like, maybe I get a comment, maybe I get a subscribe. So I think you guys are, or maybe I'm confused. You don't have to do all three, just one or the other. Just a like or a comment or a subscribe. Let me say that one more time. Let me get a like or a comment or a subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Have a blessed week. I'm out of here.